Zain and MJ.
Sup, chat? Welcome to Zain and MJ. Back for another chat, another shit chat. No artists for today. Well, technically, at the time this is going to come out, the artist episode from last week, Ashy, is also out. So below us or before us, I don't know, is the Ashy chat. So
To be fair, I already thought that came out like the day after we interviewed her.
well, that's kind of what this is. This is one of my stories that I want to share today is about and why it hasn't come out until now. So we'll talk about that. But you have a thing. You did
No,
a thing.
I don't
You
really
don't-
have a thing. No, not really.
No, I thought
No.
you had a thing. I thought you were just about to talk about a thing before.
Yeah, I figured not. I'm not
No?
going to share that just now. Maybe
Really?
later. Maybe later.
Oh, do you want me to talk about my thing?
Yeah,
I'll talk about my thing?
Yeah, because I'm not going to give it an endorsement until I've finished.
An
the
endorsement. They think that your word is...
No, not
is
endorsement.
your
you
word
know,
is the endorsement.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah, you don't want to give an opinion until it's done.
Exactly.
Do you not want to tell people that you've got the thing so that people can look forward to your thing?
Just going to wait and see. Okay, you got a brand new thing you want to talk about. You've been...
Can I just say hi from home quickly? Just so it's why it looks a little bit different for those on the YouTube or on the video podcast. This is my house.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to work the whole panel at the minute. He's like, oh, I've never worked from home this much before.
Yeah, no, I kind of just shoved everything in my little office here and called it a day. I live in a flat, but I was very lucky and fortunate enough to have an office as part of my deal. So slowly working on it. So
And
if
what
everything...
time do you have? Like, literally, you're so busy at this point.
I've been in this house for 3 months and haven't touched it. I've probably been in here twice. I brought a thing. Well, actually, I did a thing first. I broke a thing, and then I brought a new thing. I broke my laptop, guys. I won't say... Well, yeah, I disrupted it. It's been breaking for a wee while. It's been slowly decaying. I use this thing all day, every day. So I am surprised it lasts me more than 3 years. But I broke it the other day by dropping it. I assume, I don't know, nothing's cracked. The screen just won't turn on. So we'll figure that out. So then I'm
Okay,
too
if it
broke.
was just a screen, why don't you get like a new screen?
Because it's an $800 screen and an old computer. So I'm like, might as well just
Yeah.
save my pennies and just get a new computer, right?
A new
But
one,
I'm
a better
too-
one.
Well, I'm too broke for a computer. So I went to Marketplace. Oh, fuck, I'll tell you what, MJ.
Isn't what you got now a computer?
Yeah. I'll tell you
Yeah.
what now. Marketplace is amazing. But it also, I hate it at the same time.
Yeah, it's crazy,
People,
honestly.
people on Marketplace just suck. I brought a dryer off Marketplace as well. I'm just buying
Dryer?
everything. Yeah, like a...
Like laundry dryer.
Yeah, because I don't have time to put things out on the line and take it off the line. I have to dry
Last
it.
time I was down in Christchurch, you were taking things to the what's called the dry cleaners.
No, that's a laundromat. There are two different things. One is very expensive and one is bougie. And one is cheap and not bougie. So I did the cheap and non-bougie one, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Dry
What's
cleaners
that?
is
It
where
was
they
an
like...
experience. Yeah,
It's where they... it was an experience. It's where they take your clothes and they clean it without making it wet. So that's why it's called the dry cleaners.
how does that work? Excuse me, what?
Don't ask me, I don't know how, but it's for very expensive clothing. So, like, if you've got a suit or something like that, or your school uniforms and stuff like that, kids, you should be, if you've got a blazer, you should be dry cleaning that at least twice a year. I used to. Thanks for my mum for paying that, though. I wasn't going to pay for that.
I know someone who dry cleans a blazer once every 2 weeks.
Wow,
That
they must
shocked
be
me.
rich.
Yeah.
Rich. Or are they like the people that I live around where they're like got really nice things, but a shit house? We're like,
I don't
You know
think
what I
so.
mean?
No,
no, they're not like that. But just,
no, I think they're like
I feel like everyone's
Yeah.
got that friend though that has got the really nice, like their parents drive Mercedes, they've got like the latest iPhone, MacBooks, and then they live in this absolute shithole of a house, and it's just like average as shit.
yeah. I think I know one person, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Oh, we've gone off a sidetrack here. I was trying to
Your
talk about
new
my new
purchase.
thing. My new
Yeah.
thing. I brought a MacBook, people. Look at that.
From the person who said he would never get a Mac.
I wrote a speech in year 6 on why I hate Apple so much. And those who knew me back then will probably be like, well, why the fuck do you have a MacBook and an iPhone now? MJ is the only person in my life to like whittle me down.
Honestly, no one else could do it. I
punch
could.
and kick and get in there and make me get an iPhone. So I got the iPhone. And
Yeah,
then I got another iPhone. I have had 2 now.
When we
because
started the show, he had an Android. I was like, "Ooh, just get an iPhone. You know, they work
you
so
like
much better." I was like, "You can't do a show
as
and
part of
have
signing
an
the
Android."
contract to join,
Yeah,
you're like, he's gonna get an iPhone. I'm gonna work with an Android motherfucker. You're like, fuck
absolutely.
that.
So he got an Apple, his first Apple. I don't know what that was.
iPhone 12 Pro I got.
Yes, that was an interesting one. But now you got, what was it,
I
16?
got I got the 15 Pro
15
Max
Pro.
in the blue, and it's a beautiful blue light. Look at that, that's stunning. It is a nice phone. I love this phone. It is my favoriteest phone that I've ever had. I like how big the screen is. The cameras on it, outstanding. The battery life lasts me 2 days. Um, yeah, it's pretty good. Can I quickly just open a window because it's really hot in here? I've just realized this is a tiny room. It's probably like maybe 2 meters deep and 4 meters long. It's a small room. Hang on, guys. Hold on.
Working from home doesn't have its perks, I guess.
It has its perks because I'm right next to the pantry. So
Fair.
I just pop out the office, create some airflow. I just pop out the office and go grab myself a Dr Pepper.
You keep them in the pantry?
No, the fridge is also there.
Okay, cool. I was
I
like,
did keep them in a box down here because I didn't want to fill up the fridge because that's unfair to my other flatmates. Right.
concerned for a moment. But yeah,
Yeah.
back on your
So
purchase.
back to my purchase, an Apple MacBook, because my budget was very small for a temporary new laptop
Wait,
because I'm
wait,
still
wait,
going to
wait.
buy a new laptop, right? This is just a temporary solution.
Isn't MacBooks generally more expensive than the Android laptops? Isn't that what you guys call them? Android laptops. You got the MacBooks, then you got the Androids.
With a Windows laptop.
Yeah, but isn't that an Android?
No,
But
no,
isn't
right.
Android everything that's not Apple?
It's not. Oh my god, you are just blinded by Apple. I've never seen so much
Like you have the
Apple.
OS, and then you have the Apple. Sorry, you have the OS, which is Apple. Then you got
No.
Android, which is
OS is what the whole
Apple.
system is called. No,
Yeah.
no, 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 no.
Oh,
Android OS. It's an OS, an operating
I
system.
mean
That's what
iOS.
OS stands. Thank you. iPhone OS. That's what that's called. Or iPad OS. Anyway. No, Windows is a Windows computer. Android don't make computers. Well, unless you're a Samsung user, then you have
They do.
Samsung
They do.
DeX, and
I
then technically, or
Chromebooks.
Chromebooks. Chromebooks,
Chromebooks.
yeah, you're right there. Yeah, you got me there. Anyway, so I've been a Windows user for a long time, and at my other
Hate
job,
Windows.
I was given a Mac Studio to do all my Photoshop work. So I'm a graphic designer on top of this. Um, a Mac Studio, and I hated it at first.
Really? No, but I feel like you love it now. Hey,
How much is a Mac Studio worth? Because I got
they're
the
pretty up
Pro
there.
Mac Studio. Let's have a look. Mac Studio costs on apple.com. They
Make sure
are,
it's the NZ one.
it is apple.com/nz/Mac Studio. Where did I hit buy? Please don't use my credit card to buy one. I hope it doesn't buy me one. They are
4,000.
about $4,000 to $8,000. I'm pretty
So
sure I didn't get
pretty.
and then the studio display, which is another 4,000. So this is an $8,000 Mac
But
setup.
you don't need the studio display.
You don't need it, but that's what
No.
they got me. I don't mind it. I prefer not the Mac Studio, but other people use this system as well, and this is just a standard for the company. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I've learned it slowly. But then going back to Marketplace and looking at computers, my budget was very small and I didn't want to spend heaps. I didn't want to spend more than $400 on a laptop because I was just like, this is only going to be for like 3 or 4 months that I need to use this for. And then I will have enough money saved to buy a new laptop because I'm about to go on a trip, up to Auckland, and I wasn't going to spend all my savings up to, before then. So I was like,
Because you're spending them all up here. That's the reason.
precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely. I mean, if we don't do anything fun up there, maybe I'll buy a new laptop there, but who knows? So I brought the MacBook for $390. $10 below budget, by the way. This is a 2017 MacBook Pro, so it is technically not great. It doesn't run the latest Mac OS, or runs the second to latest Mac OS.
Okay, perfect.
So it still runs all the software that I need.
Mm-hmm.
And in my budget, the only laptops I was going to be able to get were 8 GB of RAM. For those who don't know, graphic design is a fairly demanding thing. Plus, I edit this podcast at the video and audio form as well, which is also another demanding task. So I need at least 16 normally on a computer. But I do know that macOS runs a little bit more efficiently with 8 GB of RAM compared to 8 GB of RAM on a Windows computer. And Windows computers with 8 GB of RAM are normally pretty shit. But like a shit old $300 HP, brand new. So I was like, fuck that, not doing that. So I brought this one, 8 GB of RAM, so it's below my normal specs. Core i5. So again, below normal specs, but
So
so
it's not.
far,
It's not even M.
no, it's not. It's old. Like
Oh,
it's
okay.
old,
Okay.
technically old for
So
Mac.
you've had it for maybe day or two now. Would you would you
24 hours, not
24
even.
hours? Okay. So you said you were only gonna have this laptop, the one that you're looking to buy for 3 months.
This laptop is
Yeah.
supposed to only be around three or
Okay.
4 months. Yeah.
How is it performing now? And do you reckon that would last a little bit longer than you expected being Apple?
I wouldn't mind. So far, I haven't had too many issues. The battery lasts pretty long for a bit about the same as what my old laptop did. And I've done an editing of a podcast on it already, plus some graphic design on it as well. For those who don't know, we're giving away some tickets to go see Sophie Maud, so that will come up on the social media at some point next week. So just
I
keep an
love
eye out
how
for
I
that.
just found that out.
I
So
told you
no,
this
because
like 2 weeks ago.
this was not confirmed. You were like, oh, I'm gonna check with her.
Ah,
Never got an
yeah.
update.
Well, I got confirmed. I haven't been able to tell you anything because I haven't had a MacBook or a computer to design anything on to like get this
Oh,
out there, which is why all these things have been taking a long time. But the MacBook's here now, and I'm not hating it. I'm not a
good.
huge fan of macOS. I hate the
Really?
keyboard on this one, but I think it's just as
Oh,
keyboard.
that's the butterfly keyboard. Yeah, not many people
Yeah,
like that.
no. So I think if I were to buy a new MacBook, obviously
Have you
the new
seen the
ones don't
new
have it.
Have you seen the new MacBook Air?
I have seen it. Remember, I work for a computer company as well, so we have a
Yep.
lot of that sort of stuff around.
Thoughts on
Um,
it?
It's all right. I
I
mean,
love the new color.
it's great for the price point and for what most people who use a MacBook Air will need.
2,000 New Zealand dollars is pretty good. That's what I think I got my one for.
Yeah, I mean, MacBook Airs are way overpowered for their price point compared to most things in their area. The only downside about a MacBook Air is the fact that it's air cooled and not fan cooled, so they
Well,
can't.
saying that, I've never had an issue with overheating on it. Like these
Well,
MacBooks work perfect for me.
for those who need a MacBook Pro, which need the fans and stuff like that, that's the only reason why people buy MacBook Pros because it's got fans so that it can do things more power efficiently and stuff like that. So that's the only reason why people buy a MacBook Pro. Um, and they usually get longer support because it's the Pro model.
We got support on this? That's crazy.
Yeah, but
Like, I didn't know that.
honestly, those MacBook Airs
Mm.
they're looking good. I don't normally like MacBooks, and I mean they've always looked good. I've always gone, oh, they look good. Yeah, it looks good.
He's always been so against them. He's like, no, I'll never use an Apple laptop.
I mean, Year
I'll
6
never
wrote
have
a
an
speech on
iPhone. You
why I hate Apple.
tell me if I'm wrong. You have or had an Apple Watch?
I
Have it?
have one. I will say the Apple Watch is the only part of Apple that I fucking hate. Their
Really?
watches are shit. The battery life for that price point is terrible. Create a watch around the similar
Here we
price
go.
point and it lasts a week. Like, why can that last a week? And the Apple one, which is supposed to be the premium device, not even last me 24 hours sometimes.
Fair. Yeah, mine doesn't. But
I love the Apple Watch, the way it works and everything like that. It's just the battery life that fucks me off.
would you wear it at work though? Because I know you work at a tech store. Do you wear it?
Yeah, no, I wear it at work normally so that I don't have to have my phone out and I can
Yeah.
notifications and I like to see how many steps I've got.
And I was gonna say you're gonna love it, but you're not on the latest version of Mac OS, which is absolutely love this feature. Being able to go on your phone without physically touching your phone.
Yeah, see, I don't feel like I would have a need. I was thinking about that today. I was like, I don't gonna have that feature, but I'm like, I
I've not
actually don't
used
think I
it
need it.
much. Yeah, I've not
Yeah,
used it much at
most
all.
people who I've seen use it go, I'll use it maybe once a month. If I'm trying to sneak on my phone while my parents are taking it off me, that sort of stuff.
Which is weird because I don't know how they can do it because you have to be in like a meter or two within the phone range, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah, I guess so. Anyway, MacBook, she's not bad. Very easy to set up. I mean, I work on these every day at work, so I know kind of the basics of it. I like that because I was able to back my old computer up to the to OneDrive, which is Windows's version of like iCloud.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, I was able to download OneDrive onto here, add it into Finder, which is the filing system on Mac, and bang, all my stuff is there. So all our old logos and design stuff is all just there, and it all just synchronizes in perfectly. So that's really nice, and I do like the fact that in Photoshop files on a Windows device, it will just have the logo for Photoshop on it. On macOS, it actually shows you what the image of the thing that you're
Oh, you
looking
guys
at
could never
is.
see it before.
No, that is something that Windows File Explorer has been really shit.
That's
You
weird.
can use the Adobe version of the File Explorer, and that will show you it. But it just never shows you it natively, and I thought that was really shit because I've
That
always
is
known that
really
Mac can do
weird.
that.
Yeah.
So Yeah, very interesting stuff. I don't hate it. 8 gigabytes of RAM, and I haven't noticed it being too slow for me yet, which is good. Yeah, it's very like it's not fast. Like, oh my god, this is really really good. But this is like it's the same as what I had before in terms of speed. Is what I feel like. It feels very
Yeah,
similar.
I feel like if you got a brand new one, like the latest MacBook Air,
Mm.
even, you'd be like, "Oh, whoa, this is fast.
I'd be like, this is good.
This is good."
This is
Yeah.
good. The only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't have touchscreen, and very
See,
controversial thing this is.
it is.
I like touchscreen on the computers
We're
because I
very
like that.
opposites on this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my old laptop. Oh, it's in my bedroom. I like the fact that you can flip it around and touch it, or like just closing things is just tapping it rather than moving your mouse over and clicking. Just simple
See,
little things that saves you like 20 milliseconds of your life.
for me, if I want a touchscreen, I'd get an Apple iPad with a keyboard.
Yeah, see, but
That
iPads are just shit. There's like in terms of like what a computer can
OS,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, in terms of what a computer can do, an iPad can't do that.
So you saying you wish they released an iPad with
No, they should
macOS on
just
it?
have a MacBook with a touchscreen.
But isn't the whole reason to keep it quite thin? I thought that's the logic behind it.
Touchscreen. There's thinner Windows computers out there that have touchscreens. So, like, it's not about how thin they are. They can fit the technology in there. They just refuse to because it's Apple.
Fair.
So I'm feeling very deep in the Apple ecosystem hole at the moment. I'm feeling like I'm
Yeah.
falling further. I even had a dream last night about buying an Apple TV because Chromecasts, the old Chromecasts, had been discontinued. So I'm like,
I
fuck, do I
love
buy
my
an Apple
Apple
TV?
TV. Absolutely love them.
And because we had one here in the flatmate who uses it mostly, is like, oh my god, it's fucking done. And I'm like, ooh, maybe I'll buy an Apple TV.
Yeah. You know what I love? I love my Apple TV for this. The fact that I can connect my AirPods and it just seamlessly picks them up. Like if I'm watching TV and my brother's like, "Be quiet, I'm sleeping," because we're like a room apart, you know.
Mm.
He'd be like, "Be quiet." You know, TV's up too loud. I just chuck my AirPods.
I
Boom,
wonder what I
automatically
wonder.
connects.
Anyone else wondering what he's trying to watch on the TV that's too loud?
No, this is just like because he
It's
sleeps
Mamma
a lot
Mia.
earlier.
It's
Oh
Mamma
yeah,
Mia.
it
Yeah,
is.
it's a Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah,
So
but mm.
Google, the newer Google Chromecast, not the latest one, but the middle
No, it's
one.
Google TV, isn't it? They're calling it
Yeah,
now.
no, there's a Google Chromecast, which is the one that you had to cast from your phone. Then they came out with the Chromecast like version 2 sort of thing. That was you can cast from your phone or use the remote and make it the smart TV.
Yes.
That's the one I have that I gave to my girlfriend, so that's at her house, which is great because you just use the one remote and your whole TV turns on, turns off from it. It's
Yeah,
great.
like Apple.
You can connect your Bluetooth headphones to that, which is cool. The new one's called the Google Streamer, and it's larger. It's like that big. It's giant. They are just exactly the same as the old version of what I've got, just a little bit faster. And I'm like, why? This just
Why?
literally it makes it harder for people to use because it's giant rather than the small
Yeah.
little thing that just dongles behind your TV. So I'm like, I don't know what Google's doing there. Um,
I thought they also had a Google TV, if it makes sense, like an actual,
I
almost
don't
like a
think so.
Chromecast, and it was called Google TV.
Nah, yeah,
No,
I don't know. I don't think you're right there.
I think I
I
am.
know they have something called they own Android TV, which is the operating system that runs on lots of these things. So yeah. And then I thought about getting a home pod, but I'll tell you what, Siri does is so shit. You
No,
can't get it. You can't use
wait till they release the new Siri on HomePods
with Apple
Apple AI,
AI. Yeah,
Apple
that will be
Intelligence.
okay. That might be
Yeah,
okay. That one, but like, fuck, their current ones
no,
so useless, dog
look,
shit.
I have one here. I
And you
love
don't.
it for the
You,
music, but for Siri, I cannot with it. Okay,
mm, I cannot.
I can just cannot with it.
Sorry,
She'll
I
be
don't
like,
understand what you're
I'll
asking me to
ask her,
do.
"Oh, how many layers do I need to wear today? The high's gonna be 4, and the low's gonna be 8. Excuse me, you got your numbers around the wrong way." And because then I have to open up Met Service, which is tell me through Met Service, because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Met Service will say, "Oh, 3 layers required today. Perfect. I'll wear my blazer." Siri, I'll be like, "Oh, what's the high temperature for today?"
Do we wonder what he does for a job where he fucking has to wear a
Yeah,
blazer? What are you, a suit and tie sort of man?
yeah.
That's your place of education.
Place of education. Okay, talk about place of education. Today we heard the devastating news
Blah, blah,
that
blah.
the lunch company has gone under. They're completely closing it. Okay, story time. You know how the free lunches in school program is getting lots of heat on it and all that?
I understand why.
Yeah,
Have you seen them? They look
yeah, they look disgusting. Don't
so
worry.
glad that I was never. Can I also just say, I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever been to a school that gave me free lunches.
Neither.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
even. I don't know where these free lunch schools are because I would have loved to have gone to one.
I believe they're going to the lower decile schools.
And well, I went to. Well, maybe not actually.
You didn't. You went to a really, yeah.
I did not. Oh, my high school was a fairly decent-ish
Yeah.
one. Semi-private. I'm telling you,
Exactly. That's what I mean.
semi. Half of it was. I was not part of that half.
What do you mean half? Is that like the dorms?
No, semi-private. Just part of it's funded privately. Part of it's private is funded by the government. So they get less money from the government compared to what a public school would do. Anyway,
Okay, anyway, so we found out today that the lunch provider, it's almost like a tuck shop. You know, we have to pay for all the meals and all that.
I love the tuck shop.
Yeah, they
many,
closed
many,
down.
many paychecks of mine was spent at the tuck shop, and because I was the only one in my year that kind of had a proper job that you went to every Saturday, sort of thing, and actually worked after school. I used to have Mr. Money, and I used to buy all my friends drinks and cokes and pies and shit like that.
See, we never had the cokes and all that, or the pies. Pies, they weren't there.
Really?
They've not been there. No, I've never.
I don't think I could have gone through high school without a pie.
No high school pies. But there'll be meals like butter chicken, macaroni and cheese, butter chicken wraps, pizza pockets, all stuff like that.
So what you're saying is you went to a bougier school than me.
Correct. Anyway, and was announced today that they're shutting down because of the group that runs the tuck shop has gone into liquidation. He's Googling school that has bougie food, isn't he?
No, I'm preparing for something else in the future. So go ahead.
And I was in class today and people were furious about it. There was they were emailing stuff, the news company's stuff. It was crazy. They're like, we want our tuck shop back. Because
you definitely go to school with a high opportunities. You can definitely tell that it's our generation because they're outraged at such small things.
What's it called? The ladies who work there, they're the sweetest people. And I went to say goodbye to them today because we didn't even know they're shutting at lunchtime. We're I think I was in my last period and I was like, oh, they're shutting down? I went to say goodbye to them. They're like, oh, so sad to lose our jobs. Because they literally found out last night. No 24 hours, 24 hours. But no 2-week notice period, no nothing.
Yeah, that's very sad and very difficult for that.
It is.
Hopefully someone private takes it, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I know another business through the grapevines here that's not looking too good financially, and what the staff members of the higher up staff members of this business are thinking of doing is getting a loan and putting some of their money into it, and then funding the company for a period of time and getting a return. So it's a risk, but you know what I mean. It means you own part of the company and get part of the profit. Maybe something like that will happen, or maybe they'll just take over all the people that work at your particular one will take over your particular one.
That's the thing.
Because I know my one was privately owned by a person, and then this was never confirmed, but I was 99% sure one of the fill-in teachers that was always at school. So they never had a set class, but they worked
relievers, the subs.
But they were still there every single day. But they never had a set class. They were together or something like that, and they ran the business together as well.
See,
so I was like,
was yours in an actual building? Because mine's in a food truck.
No, mine was in this not a shipping container, but that sort of shaped building, like that, one of those temporary building sort of things, and then it had a window and thing that opened up and you'd go up to it, but it didn't have wheels or a trailer hitch or anything like that. Okay. No, so it was permanent there and been there for a very long time, but it just was
same with my one. The food truck's been there for how
so
long
the food truck doesn't move.
The food truck's never moved, which I think it will move this weekend. I think that it will
you'd be like, shit, I've never seen that ground before.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's really sad for you.
Yeah, I actually have to pack a lunch now.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how to do that.
I called you the other day and you were cleaning the bathroom. Your mother was showing you how to clean the bathroom. I was like, does he not know how to do it? And your mum's like, nah. I'm going to show him how to do everything. How has that been going, by the way? You've been cleaning that properly?
Actually, I got a text this afternoon and be like, from my brother, hi, hope you had a good day at Place of Education. I did the lawns, cleaned my room, and cleaned the bathroom stairs. You just have to clean the upstairs lounge. Can you do that?
Can you do that? Do you know how to do that?
I do.
You know how to do a job, like an
I
actual
do.
job,
You know,
and
it's
do
weird.
a
Whenever
radio
something bad,
show, but you don't know how to clean the bathroom. I feel
well, I
like you
do now.
missed a
Don't
few
worry.
steps in there. Yeah, I feel like you went back.
It's weird because whenever something bad happens, I always gain more work.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, that's how I deal with stuff. So I don't know what happened to gain this show, but something did happen. Oh no, I know what happened. Do you?
I don't remember.
I'm not gonna say it, but
You mean like the actual beginning of our
the
show?
beginning of the show.
I feel like I just asked you to help me out, and you were like,
Yeah,
"Okay."
but there was a reason for that.
Was it because I was angry? It's
No.
off. Ah, yes, that person.
Yeah,
Yes.
I texted it to him. It's
Was
like,
it because that thing stopped happening between those two
yeah, and I
people?
wanted to get back because the person actively hated you.
Did they?
They did. So I decided, oh, let's work with you. That sounds really toxic.
It does. So you only here with me because you wanted to
No,
get back
not
at an
anymore.
ex.
I think it. No.
Oh, ex-friend. Sorry, not
Yeah,
like an
ex-friend. I was
ex-ex.
like, oh, where's this going? But wait, what was I saying?
I didn't
Oh,
realize this person hated me. That's probably why they don't message me as much anymore.
exactly. No, they only hated you because you were doing really well and they weren't.
So they were just
Yeah,
jealous of me.
they were.
Ah, right. I do
So
love that. I like
that's
it
why I
when
was
people
like,
hate me for that reason.
so I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go over there. And then that was like only temporary. And then when you asked, oh, do you want to be part of the show? I was like, yeah, actually, sure. I'm actually enjoying this.
You're like, yo, this actually wouldn't be a horrible idea if I did.
Exactly.
Um, well, I'm glad you joined. I mean, we're not doing amazing right this second. We're
I know,
doing
because one
maybe
of our co-hosts
20%
are
of
on
what
the
we
phone.
used to. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah. Well, that's been 26 minutes, folks. Thanks very much for joining us on the show. Us chatting about Apple for about 20 of those minutes, and 6 of the minutes talking about tuck shops. I feel like you can't get more Kiwi and Gen Z than that.
Nah, we can't. And just to be upfront, I don't think this person actively hates you, and I do not do that anymore. You know what I mean by that?
You don't. You're not just with me because of that person. Hate it because you want to get back at that person. You genuinely have an interest in me and our show.
In the show, yeah.
It's not me, just the show. All right, ladies and gents, thanks very much for joining us. Next week on the show, we should hopefully have another artist, which
We
is going
do,
to be
we
very
do, don't
exciting.
we?
I'm not going to confirm it just yet
Okay.
because I haven't confirmed it and put it in the calendar yet, and you should never
Ew, I
confirm
won't get
anything.
told until moments before be like, we're
Like,
doing that
where are
interview.
you?
Yeah, the where are you text.
We're very disorganized here at ZMJ Media. Go check us out on socials. Michael Eccles _ That feels really weird to say.
I was thinking of changing it, but I don't know if I want to change it to my full name. Story time. MJ is the first letter of both my first name and middle name. So
He goes to me one day. He goes, "Can I get a nickname?" I was like, "I feel like you got to just earn one of those." But sure.
yeah,
He's like, "How does this sound?" I was like, "I guess." And I just
because
started
Michael,
calling him it.
Zain and Michael doesn't sound right for this type of format. No,
Nah. MJ works really well. You should change it to something to do with just MJ.
just MJ. Me, MJ.
Me,
Sounds really
MJ.
picky.
That's what it should be. Just me dot MJ.
Question mark.
All right, ladies and gents, go follow at me.mj. Your only Zains and Zain and MJ on all social platforms as well. Thank you very much for joining us. Be kind to one another. Good night.
Okay, Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, I thought I'd mix it up.